Students, what's your worst habit that refuses to fail you? I have never studied for a single test in my life, and I mean that literally. Pop quiz, closed book, standardized exam. I show up, I wing it, I pass. My study group stopped inviting me because watching me do nothing and still score higher than them was, quote, demoralizing. My dad once caught me playing video games the night before finals and just left the room without saying a word. The disappointment was loud, but the A- was louder. So when they announced the National Academic Olympiad, I did what I always do. Nothing. This wasn't a classroom quiz. This was a 3-round live elimination competition streamed to every high school in the district. Written exam, oral defense, then a final round where you debate a topic you don't see until 60 seconds before you go on stage. Winner gets a $40,000 scholarship, a feature in the state education journal, and an automatic acceptance letter from the governor's partner university. Lose in round 1, and you go home with a participation certificate and existential dread. My classmate Priya signed up the same day registration opened. She built a color-coded binder system, one for each subject, tabs, subtabs, highlighted summaries, flashcards cross-referenced with QR codes she made herself. She started a study group that met 6 days a week. She ate lunch alone so she could read. She told me she'd gone through 4 highlighters already. 4. The girl color-coded her color coding. I told her I was preparing in my own way. I was not preparing in any way. 6 weeks out, my older brother offered to quiz me. I agreed, genuinely intending to study. He asked me one question. I said I'd look it up later. He closed the book and walked away. 3 weeks out, I downloaded 7 different study apps, customized my profile on every single one, set up daily reminders, chose an avatar, never opened a single lesson. 2 weeks out, I spent a full Saturday organizing my notes. I don't have notes. I organized a blank notebook by color. 1 week out, I sat at my desk for 4 hours and watched documentary compilations on YouTube about subjects completely unrelated to the competition. I learned a fascinating amount about the migration patterns of Arctic terns. Night before, I set 4 alarms to wake up early and study. I slept through all 4. Woke up at 7:52 for an 8:30 competition. I walked into that auditorium still half asleep, hair barely brushed, wearing the first shirt I grabbed, which I only noticed in the building's reflection had a small mustard stain near the collar. Priya was in the corner with her binder open, lips moving silently, testing herself out loud. She looked at me, looked at my shirt, looked back at her binder, and said nothing. The silence was judgment enough. Round 1, written exam. 40 questions, 45 minutes. I read each question, wrote whatever came to mind, and moved on. No second guessing. Finished in 22 minutes. Sat there for the remaining 23 with nothing to do. I noticed the ceiling tiles. There are 96 of them. They posted the round 1 results on a screen. I'd made it through. So had Priya. So had 6 others. Round 2, oral defense. You draw a question from a sealed envelope and have 90 seconds to prepare an answer. I drew mine, read it, had absolutely no structured thoughts, and went up anyway. Talked in circles until something coherent came out near the end. One judge leaned forward when I finished and said, "That was an unusual approach." I still don't know what that meant. I made it to the final round. Me and 2 others. Priya was one of them. They handed us our final debate topic 60 seconds before stage time. I read it, understood the surface of it, had no framework, no argument structure, no evidence memorized, just a general feeling and a functioning mouth. I went last. Priya went second. She was brilliant, structured, evidence cited, composed. A real answer from a real scholar. Then they called me up. I talked about the question like I was explaining it to someone I'd just met. No jargon, no memorized lines. I contradicted myself once, caught it, and corrected it out loud, which apparently the judges noted as intellectual honesty. I made one judge laugh accidentally. I finished 3 seconds before the timer. Then we waited. Priya looked at me with an expression I will never forget, somewhere between respect and wanting to throw her binder directly at my face. "How?" she said. Not a question, just the word. I pointed at the mustard stain on my shirt. "Authenticity," I said. She walked away. I think she retired the binder that day. The wing it method remains. 3rd place went to a guy named Dominic who answered like a textbook. 2nd place went to Priya. She gripped her binder so hard her knuckles went white. 1st place, they said my name. $40,000. Automatic acceptance. Feature in the state journal.